Published 7:48 Eastern Standard Time, the 8th of March 2018. Updated 11:12 Eastern Standard Time, the 8th of March 2018. International scandal. Last gasp losses, bans, recalls, a revolving door selection policy and a first visit to Marseille and the Six Nations. February was quite the month for Jacques Brunel. France's new head coach knew he had a big job on his hands when he succeeded the sacked Guy Noves, but the 64-year-old has been plagued by fiasco after fiasco since his appointment in late December. A calamitous championship campaign came to a head after France's 32-26 defeat by Scotland at Murrayfield. Brunel had given his side permission to head into town and enjoy a few drinks. Indiscipline had cost his squad on the field against Ireland and the Scots, and it reared its ugly head again at night. France have endured a woeful year and new boss Jacques Brunel needs a change of fortune following Guy Noves' above sacking. The 64-year-old Brunel knew he had a job on his hands. France's chartered Jet 2 flight was due to depart Edinburgh to Paris early at 11 a.m. the following morning. That was until Scottish police grounded the flight and hauled 6 players off to be questioned over an alleged sexual assault in the city centre. There were also allegations of a brawl between members of the French squad and Scottish supporters outside Tiger Lily Bar in George Street. No charges were pressed and Brunel and his squad eventually made it off the tarmac 2 hours later, but the damage had been done. Louis Picamole, Anthony Bello, Jonathan Danty, Remy Lamarat, Felix Lambie, Arthur Iturrioff, Sakou Makalu and Teddy Thomas were subsequently turfed out of the squad by Brunel. No one on that hit list has seen any action in the Six Nations since. Clermont Locutoria gave an interview to a French newspaper last week, maintaining that his facial injury was the result of hitting his face against a table when he was jumping into bed as opposed to a bar brawl earlier that evening. After France's loss to Scotland, 6 players were questioned over an alleged sexual assault. No charges were pressed, but Brunel wielded the axe and turfed out all players involved. Arthur Iturrioff said his facial injury was down to hitting his face against a table en route to bed. That was just the latest chapter in a scandalous 12 months. Back in January, Brunel assembled his squad in Marcoussis, French rugby's £38 million high-performance centre in the south of Paris, and told his new-look squad to lead the week and come up with a game plan to beat Ireland. It wasn't an ideal situation for a new-look squad with 19-year-old fly-half Mathieu Jalibert set to win his first cap against an Irish side coached by the forensic Joe Schmidt. Brunel doesn't really coach. He's more of an old-fashioned manager, says Bernard Jacquemin, who coached top 14 side Grenoble in France for 6 years. Years ago, he was a forwards coach, but, by all accounts, he's not a coach anymore. He's a manager. You might see him at training, you might not. Even if you did see him, he'd be on the sidelines chatting away. In January, Brunel gathered his team and told them to construct a game plan to beat Ireland. Dragons coach Bernard Jacquemin said of Brunel, "He's not a coach anymore. He's a manager." Bernard Laporte, who is president of the French Rugby Federation, FFR, then had his offices raided by French police over allegations of a conflict of interest with his friend Mohad Altrad at that same training base. Bernard Laporte, who is president of the French Rugby Federation, FFR, had his offices raided by French police over allegations of a conflict of interest with his close friend Mohad Altrad, the Syrian-born billionaire businessman who owns Montpellier. Laporte himself is currently involved in a legal dispute with Noves, who became the first France coach to be sacked just after Christmas following a run of 14 defeats in 21 tests during a 2-year reign. Amazingly, Noves and his backroom team of Yannick Brou and Jean-Frédéric Dubois are being sued by the FFR for serious misconduct. Laporte feels Noves did not communicate effectively with the French clubs, while Noves are pursuing a compensation package believed to be in the region of £1.5 million. Laporte is currently involved in a legal dispute with Noves, Noves and his backroom team of Yannick Brou, C, and Jean-Frédéric Dubois, L, are being sued by the FFR for serious misconduct. Amid all that furore, Brunel was parachuted in along with an inexperienced backroom team of Jean-Baptiste Lissalde, who was out of work for 18 months having been fired by Toulouse, Sébastien Bruno, a rookie scrum coach from Lyon, with former Clermont flanker Julien Bonnet tasked with running the line out, his first top-level job in rugby coaching. Philippe Ducie and Jean-Marc Bedreed completed the coaching ticket as kicking and defence coaches respectively, although Sportsmail understands Ducie and Brunel had a fractious relationship during their time with the Italian national side. Sportsmail understands Philippe Ducy, above, and Brunel had fractious relationship at Italia. Host of top-level coaches including La Rochelle's Patrice Colazo, Clermont's Franck Azemar and Toulon head coach Fabien Galbi all turned down the chance to work as consultants alongside Brunel. They thought they would get their head coach and join the dots around it, but it hasn't worked out that way, according to Mike Prendergast, who is attack coach at top 14 side Oyonnax. So, Brunel is the man leading Les Bleus through this sorry mess. Their third-round victory over the Azzurri after a maiden championship visit to the Stade Velodrome was most welcome, a result that ended a 353-day losing streak across 8 tests. French rugby has been grabbing the headlines for all the wrong reasons in recent times. Saturday's looming clash with England at the Stade de France is a chance to reverse that trend. Brunel is entrusted with getting France out of this mess, starting with England on Saturday. If France pick 3 more players who have not yet featured so far in the tournament, they will break an 18-year record for most used in a Six Nations, set by themselves, using 36 players in 2000.1 Jefferson Poirot, 2 Guilherme Guirado, 3 Rabis Limani, 4 Arthur Itaria, 5 Sebastian Vahamahina, 6 Wenceslas Loret, 7 Yakuba Kamara, 8 Kevin Gordon, 9 Maxime Makino, 10 Mathieu Jalibert, 11 Virimi Vakatawa, 12 Henry Chavancy, 13 Remy Lamarat, 14 Teddy Thomas, 15 Jeffrey Parles, 16 Adrian Palissy, 17 Danny Priso, 18 Sidate Gomez S.A., 19 Paul Gabriags, 20 Mauro Taulin, 21 Antoine Dupont, 22 Anthony Bello, 23 Benjamin Fall, 24 Lionel Bozais, 25 Jeffrey Dameru, 26 Luis Picamol, 27 Remy Grosso, 28 Machu Bastro, 29 Hugo Bonneville, 30 Romain Talfafanua, 31 Kelly and Galatia, 32 Baptiste Coulaud, 33 Francois Trinduc, 34 Gaël Ficou, France 36 Ireland 29, Scotland 28, Wales 26 England 26, Italy 25 354 days in which France have just won once. The 34-17 v Italy last time out ended a run of 8 tests without a win. Their previous victory was in last March against Wales, where they controversially won 22-18 after 100 minutes. 30 pairs of halfbacks France have used since 2012 and 7 of those have been in this tournament alone. By contrast, Scotland and Italy have used 12 pairs in that time, Wales 10, Ireland 9 and England 8. England must beat France and score 4 tries to secure a bonus point on Saturday to keep their championship hopes alive. France have only conceded 4 tries or more 7 times since moving to the Stade de France 20 years ago, and England have never done it. The last time England scored 4 tries in France was in 1992. They won 31-13 at the Parc des Princes with a penalty try, and scores from Dewey Morris, Rory Underwood and John Webb. Before that they scored 9 in both a 39-13 win back in 1914 win at Columbies and a 35-8 victory at Parc des Princes in 1906.